Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be part two on the hybrid 5 Series BMW that has no communication with the EME. One thing that I forgot to mention also yesterday, as far as your protection, make sure that you put cones, and if you have blue tape, sorry, yellow tape, put that on so nobody trespass when you're working. Right now I had all connected except for the battery. Uh, that connector that I show you that removes the battery from the equation, the hybrid battery, right? So the 12 volt batteries are on, and I have um, the top down battery maintainer or battery charger connected so I can keep up because right now with the no communication, I have, as you can hear probably because this fan reduces that noise, I have the fan going on in here. Oops, sorry, I should have covered that, but well, okay. I have the fan going, and I also have, hopefully you guys can hear that too, the pump inside the transmission because this has a pump to keep lubricating in case the motor moves just by electricity, right? Because when the engine is moving, well, then it's moving the pump. When no combustion engine is working, then this takes place and lubricates the transmission so it doesn't get damaged. All right, so I already did powers and grounds, loaded, and looking at uh, my multimeter. One thing that I noticed is immediately because I was able to get, when I was doing the test in here, powers and grounds, I got communication. And then I'm like, okay, no fan and no pump running. I'm like, okay, here we go, right? Those intermittents. But then, um, like 10, 15 seconds, or maybe a minute or so, right? It came back to like with no communication. And it's actually now saying computer with programming aboard, which is nobody's doing any programming or anything. And I'm going to show you the pictures in a second. But yeah, so powers and grounds. Again, we have the pins in here. I have picoscope going on right now. Let me take my lamps off and so many lights in here, trying to give you the best of all the tests. All right, so going back to the diagram, right? We have in here, let me get this some out a little. This is just, again, the battery cable that we have here, this red one, which I have right now. This light just hanging in here. But yeah, this is main grounds, power. You have also another ground in here, a ground strap that you can see up in the top in there. Those are the main grounds for this unit. So the ground on the chassis and everything has to be very good. We have three powers, pin 2, which is a heavy wire. You can see here is a 4.0. And then pin 6, which is a smaller wire, and pin 8. These two, when it's no communication, reads like 12.2. I have pictures of that. I think I transferred it to my phone, hopefully. And then this one reads like 12.5, 12.7, or actually 12.9, but this is a small fuse, so that should be no problem. But I did notice that when the car went to communication, this went up from 12.2 to 12.9. So definitely it's drawing a lot of amperage that is bringing the battery voltage down. So I check all powers and all grounds. They're all good. I also unplug the rotor position sensor because we do have faults for this sensor. Remember, I showed you that in the first video. For those that haven't seen it, please go over to the link on the description of this video and I will show you what I'm talking about. This is the rotor position sensor. This has 4 signals. I'll show you in a second. This one actually is better if I go as it goes. So we have a power in here. If oh no, this is the temperature. If I click on the next wire, this is the supply for sensor actuator or sensor or actuator. So I have that unplugged. This is right here. So this is unplugged. You can see that connector. Sorry, let me just get the light in here. But you can see that connector is indeed off the sensor. I'm trying to do everything and show you, but yeah, believe me, that is off. So just to show you the signals, what I was saying, look at the time in here. This is today, 9:39:57. I got EME, controlling unit responsive. But then, uh, 1 minute later, right, 1:40:30, same day, control unit with programming aboard. Yeah, I'm very quickly programming, right? Just don't know what is happening. Yet there is some comments yesterday about what was my diagnosed results. Well, remember, this is an ongoing process. What I showed yesterday first is how you can safely do checks in a hybrid vehicle, and then the test that I'm doing. When you're not sure what is bad, you have to be sure what is good. So yes, this is a process of elimination with tests. I am and not that I like to do data analysis and then get my recommendations based on that. So again, this is the rotor position sensor. This is a better nice capture. We can see locations and positions and how it works, and then also the signal. So we have four signals: cosine high signal, cosine low signal, sine high signal, and sine low signal. So four signals, power and ground, right? And then the temperature sensor, which right now they're unplugged. I mean, those are good for when you're moving the motor. That should not stop the motor from working. So I removed that from the equation because that's the only sensor that I can see is in the system. Again, this is a closer look so you guys can see what the voltage supply should be. And I have right now in there a multimeter onto that wire, and it's reading 0 volts. So that is this pin that I have right here. That's pin 8, and we can see that on the wiring too. Same connector. Actually, I might be on the wrong wires. This is pin 23, not pin 8. I was looking at the sensor there. So let me actually reposition that because it should be in 23. Let me see that connector. See, 23 should be here. So let me reposition that 1 second. Guys, I'm in the wrong wire. I'm in the right wire. Yeah, it's pin 23. It's pin 8 on the sensor, but it's pin 23. So we can see this in the center run is the 7 pin, and that's exactly what I am. So let me just move this. So you can see that I am in the uh, black with the green center row 8 pin, and it's reading 0 volts. That should be 7 volts as the description is showing, especially with the sensor unplugged. So the sensor is not pulling that 5 or sensor voltage down. Is this not providing it? So the next thing that I sorry guys, I got interrupted. So yeah, the next thing that I did is now put 4 channels on Picoscope to see all the communication. I know now I got powers, I got grounds, the high voltage is not sure in the unit. So next is communication, right? So this is where I am right now. Let me make sure before I go into that, what else I got here for you guys. Yeah, this is just that. That's it. So this is the last picture. So we were up to date with that. And I can also show you, because this is in ISTA, we can see even with the charger connect that I'm only getting 12.1 volts. So if I get out of here and I go over to here, we can see that it's blue. You see what I mean? That should not be. If I try to communicate with the DME, press the wrong button. With the DME, I do co-op control unit functions. We will see, again, make sure that you see that this is the same vehicle and the time. You will see we got communication. This is PTCAN, part of the network that same EME is. So all these are in the same network. So let's try to talk with another one, right? The ICM. And believe me, if I had all in green, they're communicating because this is immediately we'll see it. If these come back to life, that will go to green like already did happen one time. But so that's what we have right now. So let me go over to Picoscope, and this is what I have. So I have in blue and green. Let me just see to make sure that I am in the giving you the correct information. Troubleshooting, component structure, because I know by P numbers. So mean. All right, blue and red are in the PTCAN high, and yellow and green are in PTCAN 2, because this has 2 networks. If we go over to ISTA again, sorry, I'm going back and forth, but well, let's focus in here just 1 second. We can see the PTCAN 1, let's say, it's looking good. I can snap this and let me go over to the one before. Let me set up a trigger. Let me run it, set up a trigger, a channel, and where is the trigger? Yeah, now we got a trigger here. We can put them in the blue channel, and at least it's not the best trigger. You can change the type for this, and I usually use window drop. That will help kind of like keep it at least on the window, right? But yeah, so if we stop this right now, we can see that red and blue are okay. I mean, yes, we have some noise. The fan is running, the pump in the transmission is running, but that's it. But what is this? If we go over to the green and the yellow, this is definitely not a healthy communication. And we can do a match channel, which is this is definitely what you want to do. When you have issues like this, you want to make sure that you go over to match channels. Let me just go right here. So we can do A minus B. So we can see what the computer is seeing, and we can create another channel. So let me create another channel. It's going to be C minus D, and then we can see the same result in here. So let me just do that, and I'll be right back. All right, that was pretty easy. Again, all you just got to do is add and C minus D. All right, so we click in here, cancel. Let me see if it's already here. I don't see it, right? So let me, oh yes, it is here. Yeah, it's a white channel. You can change the colors. So let's bring the yellow down, because my concern right now will be to see the result of those two channels, so we can bring these two together. And this is what the computer is seeing. So that's why is we have no communication with this computer, or is losing communication. Something is shorting out. And okay, so let me run this, right? So we can see that that's live information. Something is not right in here. So my next test to do is that this corrupting the network, or the network is sending a wrong signal, right? So let's unplug this, right? And see what happens with that kind of network too. Okay, right here. Let's just stop this. PTCAN 2 now is looking beautiful. Let me bring this to channels, and then we can see C minus B, C minus D, right here. So yes, right. So we got an acknowledgement being. Everything is looking good. This is what the other computers are sending. That data we had before, which is right now here before too, right? Hopefully, because it's very fast signal. Let me see if I have this one to save it for me. That might be, it's just, I mean, 100 microseconds per division. So yeah, it's too fast to save it, but I can connect it and save it back. But yeah, I mean, realistically, this is just a CAN bus communication, and we can see that this is what the computer sees. Disregard those up and downs. If you're doing any diagnostics in a CAN bus network, that's all you need to do. Select the channels, do a match channel, and see what the computer is seeing. Then yes, you can put, cursors to make sure the amplitude of the form is what the computer is looking, 0 to 2, right? That's what a healthy CAN bus network should be. We got 0 to 2.2, 0 to 2.06, so perfect. Nothing wrong with that. So yes, I mean, I am right now very confident to call that EME. I don't suspect that sensor is unplugged, the rotor, to be part of the issue. The issue right now is this. And the only computer affected is this. So I am very confident. It's always, in the back of your mind, am I doing all the tests that are necessary? Again, remember, try to eliminate what is good and see what is bad. This is definitely bad. This comes back by itself and then goes back to communication. If we can see that right now with this unplug, the pump is running, the fan is running. So this is a result of no communication from this module. All right, guys, I want to just give you a second test. This will be part two, probably short, only like 6, 7 minutes. And hopefully I get the result to approve and do the repairs and show after that the car is running good. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.